Hello, I'm Todd Miley and I'm an alcoholic. Actually, I'm not even an alcoholic. I don't even know why I said that. Marvel Studios has added another character to their Marvel Cinematic Universe. It had the same look and the same feel as all the other Marvel movies that we've had recently. We're about to talk about it next on Todd Miley Presents. Ant-Man is a 2015 film directed by whose name I do not know. But more importantly, Ant-Man stars Paul Rudd in the title character as Scott Lang. Now this movie was a Marvel movie. It was another addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But this to me was not a Marvel movie. This was straight up a heist movie. That's not a bad thing. This movie was actually amazing to me. When I saw the trailers for this movie, I wasn't expecting anything big. I was like, oh, it's Ant-Man. Nobody really gives a shit about Ant-Man. But that's not necessarily true, because in the comics, Ant-Man creates Ultron. This movie performed very well. It wasn't like the other Marvel movies. This movie knew that it was tiny compared to the other Marvel movies. Get it? Tiny? Because it's Ant-Man. That's stupid. Paul Rudd did a really amazing job in this movie. The thing with comedic actors is that they're not... Paul Rudd has always been recognized as a very good actor. He's very good. He's also a comedic actor. And for comedic actors, it's hard for them to get taken seriously until they do something more serious. And in this case, Paul Rudd does a very good job with this character, Scott Lang. I don't want to necessarily say you fall in love with the character, but you kind of do. I mean, you kind of feel for the dude in this movie. Kate from Lost is in this, so I'm guessing after she got off of the island, she became Hank Pym's daughter. I don't really like Evangeline Lilly. I think her point in the movie was she was Hank Pym's daughter, big deal. But Michael Douglas in this movie. Now, you haven't seen Michael Douglas in anything in a long time. Him playing the first original Ant-Man, he did a fucking amazing job. I mean, he did a great job in this movie. This is an origin story, but it didn't feel like an origin story. Like I said in my other videos, I'm tired of origin stories. There wasn't really any filler moments, wasn't any dull moments in this movie. I mean, it kept the pace going, and that was good. What I mean by saying this is a heist movie, they were legit gonna pull off a heist in this movie, and the other Marvel movies, they don't do that. And that was a good change to see in this. We're introduced the character of Darren Cross, which is the yellow jacket in this. And Darren Cross is kind of the dick. The way I would describe Darren Cross, he's kind of like the loser version of Lex Luthor in the Marvel universe. It's kind of rushed to me, I thought. But the effects in this movie were really good. And Scott shrinks down into this little tiny ant form. This was like watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids on steroids. The effects were very well done. The editing was good. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. This wasn't really a spoiler to me because in the trailer you see Falcon, so you know Falcon is in this movie. Ant-Man hands him his ass pretty much, and it was so funny. It's like, bro, you just got your ass handed to you by Brian Fantana. I did have a very good time with this movie. I wasn't bored. This was better than Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Thor, and Thor 2. People are going to disagree with me on this. I even thought it was better than Avengers 2. People are gonna be like, Avengers 2, that was amazing. Well, this is my video in my opinion. I think it's cool now that Marvel's, trying to utilize smaller heroes into the universe. It kind of showed that there's a real world problem. You don't always need to call the Avengers to have them solve it. Even if something as small as the problem in this movie, you don't always need the Avengers. And I like that. If you guys do see this movie, be sure to stay after all the credits because there is a post-credit scene and an after-credit scene. And it's well worth watching. So Ant-Man, have you guys seen it? What did you think? Comment down below. As usual, subscribe.